Hey guys, I'm making this video right now because because recently, last weekend, this Wednesday, huge news went out that, so finally, after all these years, the movie that you thought was canceled, but now it's finally happening, Ghostbusters 3 is now happening, and they just released a teaser, and and I think reportedly Ivan Reitman's son is going to be directing it, and there's a script ready, and they're about to shoot it in about like a few months from now, and so I think everyone right now is excited. Fans of like the original Ghostbuster movies, 1 and 2, and the TV show, which I have seen a couple of episodes, and I think they're good. And so I think this all mostly I think this is great because I think we all thought we were all just gonna be stuck with this movie. If you probably, I think everyone must have saw the new female Ghostbusters, which I thought everyone thinks it's called Ghostbusters, but it's actually called Ghostbusters Answer the Call, which even though it kind of reminds me of a Cinemassacre's review of how he says he's not gonna see Ghostbusters and how it should have been called something like Ghostbusters: The Next Generation. Answer the Call is it's really stupid because I don't get it. It just sounds like. So wait, what does that mean? Like, the Ghostbusters have to answer the call? It just really, yeah, it's actually that called that, and that makes it look more like a really shitty reboot thing. I haven't seen it. I've seen it. I saw it when it came out. I was one of those people, because I think anyone that weren't diehard Ghostbuster fans, we're excited to see this mostly because it looked kind of funny, it looked cool, and I thought it did look kind of cool, but a lot of people hate it, and if you do hate it, that's fine because if you do hate it, I respect that if this is ruined your childhood. I think I know maybe you are excited for Ghostbusters 3 is actually finally happening. But, so here's one thing about, so now the reason why, so I think this is the big reason Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters Answer the Call was so bad. It's why we had, it's why we had the new, now we have Ghostbusters 3 because of the reboot was so bad. But here's the thing. It was a box office bomb, and I think it was a flop with the audience. But here's the thing. It was actually a critical success. It's standing I don't know if you can see it. Can you? All right. Well, it has a 74 on Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience score was a 51. And I think, trying to see if I can find good reviews of, if I can see. Yeah, there's a lot of, I was you can see it. Yeah, there's a lot of, it's good reviews. It's it's a tie, and there's a lot of good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes scores. So now let's get to third. So now the third movie has been in development for a long time. Now some people say Ghostbusters 2, well at the time it was really bad, but now a lot of people think it's alright. But so I think the Ghostbusters 3 has been in the works for a long time. Because I think first Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis, when he was alive, they wrote a script called Ghostbusters 3 Hellbent. That's where I think the Ghostbusters go into an alternate version of Manhattan, which is I think it's a version of hell, and so they battle off ghosts, and they battled this this version of the devil, and it's like this Donald Trump, which I think it would have been funny. I wish if they did make it, I wish they had like someone like Leonardo DiCaprio as the devil. That'd be really awesome. But no, I don't know what they're gonna do. And so the movie has been like going through a lot of like the third film before it got canceled and it turned into a reboot. It did have a lot of rewrites, and I think at one point I think like Dan Aykroyd wanted to turn it into like an animated movie, a CGI. Not like I don't think it was motion capture, not like something like Polar Express. It was just gonna be CGI animated. I think it was influenced, but I think they stopped it because there was a team. So I think if you're a Ninja Turtles fan, I think you might have remembered that there was a TMNT movie called it was called TMNT, and it was a CGI version of the Ninja Turtle movie. Came out in 2007, and I think that was like a bomb. It was like a flop with like critics in the box office, but it was it was an audience success, and so yeah, it's Ghostbusters. So like I think it was like the idea of film was like I think the next script that they wrote, the idea was kind of meant to be like Star Wars Force Awakens, the idea where they like the old characters passed like the torch to a new cast. And so I think it was meant to be like modern day male comedians. So like I think Harold Ramis said that he wanted to get he would have had Ben Stiller. But I don't really think Ben Stiller is that great. I think he's really bland. It maybe maybe someone like Kevin Hart would actually do a good job. Seth Rogen was like rumored, but I don't think he was not going to be in it, and because he mostly does these movies with I think he mostly does inappropriate movies, just a bunch of people getting drunk and partying. But I think he would have been great if like he was like the new Egon. And I mean, Seth Rogen, he's been in kids movies before. He was in the Horror Hears a Who movie, which I think everyone kind of forgot about. And he was like I think a mouse in that movie, but he was actually really good. So yeah, there's still so I think who are they gonna get? Like right now, I don't know who's coming back because Bill Murray did not want to do Ghostbusters 3 because I think he was like done maybe because like Ghostbusters 2 was so bad. Maybe he just wanted to do more things, or maybe I don't know. He just didn't want to do another Ghostbusters probably, and but I think he did want to do it unless he got killed off and come back as a ghost, and I think and he would be a voice actor in it. I mean, I don't know if that would be funny or not, but like and even though, so I think there maybe even Rick Moranis, even though I think he's like he was meant. I think he was going to be in I think he was going to be in Ghostbusters 3, but the thing is that I think they forgot, like the people that were writing him forgot him, and maybe he could also come back as a Ghostbuster too, because he was a Ghostbuster if you remember at the end. And also Sigourney Weaver kind of said that her son was called Oscar, that he'd be a Ghostbuster too, which I think it would still be a different actor because whoever played Oscar, which was actually twins, said that they haven't done any more acting in a while, and so maybe like someone like I would like to see maybe even Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I think is it? Yeah, I think it's Gordon-Levitt. Is it Joseph? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he would be good as maybe like the leader. I think he's a really good actor, but I just don't see him in like other like movies anymore. Like I'm not. I think like the last movie he was probably in was like I can't remember. What was it like Looper? No, was it like what? Anyway, I don't know because he's not. I don't see him anymore. So the plot right now is like no one knows what the plot is. Um, and so the art it is definitely gonna be like a new generation. Maybe it is gonna start maybe like a fourth Ghostbusters if it's gonna start like a new maybe another duology. Maybe that's the plan, or if they're really desperate, maybe like a new trilogy, like that. Maybe I don't know. It's right now it's very unclear because like there's no like the plot we do not know the casts which like which Bill Murray I'm down that he might be in or maybe I think he might be a ghost, but I think everyone's coming back with the new cast. And I think everyone's excited, but like I don't think Ghostbusters. I never found it that funny. I didn't think it was like the best comedy in my opinion. I mean, like, you mean like if we're talking about comedies, I usually go to like Airplane. I think Airplane's way funnier. But Ghostbusters, I do like some. I like the part where Rick Moranis' character is possessed by one of the dogs. Was it not Zool? And then he goes and he goes crazy and he goes wild around New York, and then so he goes over to a horse, and then the guy that's riding the horse is like he's and he thinks it's like I think it's the Keymaster, and the guy's like, hey, you want to ride, and then and I think then he just like runs off and like runs over a lady's thing, and then the horse rider's like, "What an asshole!" Okay, that was funny because I got how we reacted to that. And I do like the dick joke. When Bill Murray's character Peter said to Walter Peck, that was that was a funny joke. But yeah, I didn't think it was that funny. So I'm not a big Ghostbusters fan. But if they are gonna make Ghostbusters 3 and they do want to make it funny, I think if they are, I would like to see them do like a satire of modern day horror movies, like they can spoof the jump scare and like they can do that same thing in the first one when they're in the hotel trying to catch Slimer, and then they accidentally hit their proton packs. They shoot the streams at I think at one of the maids. That would be funny if like the ghosts after a jump scare, then they just start sprint. Then they shoot the stream out, but then the ghost is gone. Maybe something like that, but. I don't know, but I would love a satire of modern horror movies. But so for right now, it's like somewhere up in the air. It's still unclear if it's definitely happening. So that's all I can have right today. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.